Well, hello, everybody. I always get surprised. Everyone makes it and arrives here, especially with how last minute I am sometimes with posting anything about this, our gathering here. But beautiful, beautiful to see you all, see your faces and names. So welcome to this gathering of an hour doing the work together. Start with this quote. This is from Katie, from Loving What Is. She says this: for me, clarity is a word for beauty. It's what I am. And when I'm clear, I see only beauty. Nothing else is possible. I am mind perceiving my thoughts, and everything unfolds from that, as if it were a new solar system pouring itself out in its delight. If I'm not clear, then I'm going to project all my craziness out into the world as the world, and I'll perceive a crazy world and think that it is the problem. We've been working on the projected image for thousands of years and not on the projector. That's why life seems to be chaotic. It's chaos, telling chaos how to live differently and never noticing that it has always lived that way and that we've been going backward about it, absolutely backward. So you don't drop your thoughts of chaos and suffering out there in the apparent world. You can't drop them because you didn't make them in the first place. But when you meet your thoughts with understanding, the world changes. It has to change because the projector of the entire world is you. You're it. You can't drop your thoughts. But when you meet your thoughts with understanding, the world changes. Good news. So, what have you been noticing about your thoughts about what the world looks like, what's happening out there? Okay, to just be with it, welcome it in, notice it, watch it. Sometimes there's shame that comes in. I have this thought, this perspective, anger, upset, frustration. How am I seeing the world? How am I seeing that situation? So, okay to just be with it, notice it, let it be here. It's step one, just letting it be here. That thought, can't drop your thoughts, but you didn't make them in the first place. So, okay to share. What are you aware of? What are you thinking? And okay to see what stressful thoughts appear. You have a situation. Yeah, Sarah, hello. Let's make sure you're unmuted, my dear.
Hello, Grace. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Oh boy. Yeah, I have an example was shot right up to me right this morning, just before this call. Yeah, I answered a text from a friend who for some reason, I just believe that she's just a really difficult person. And so whenever I answer a text from her, I project that onto the text, and I don't read the whole text. I know that I'm just trying to make her wrong, and but it's not conscious. It wasn't conscious until I just heard what you said. And I lashed out at her. I got angry. I said, I don't know what you're talking about, da, da, da. And then no response. So then I read the whole text. And after I had gone through a real tantrum of, I don't want her to be my friend anymore. She's a difficult person. I don't like her. I don't need her as a friend. All of the stuff that, surrounds why I should not. Yeah. So then I read the entire text, and then I wrote back to her. I do understand now that I have read the whole text, what you're saying, and I want to meet up with you. And that, ever since then, I've just been feeling completely wonderful and beautiful. Just beautiful. I mean, I look at even my Zoom picture, which I always have issues with, and I feel really beautiful right now. And that was such an interesting thing for you to say, in that moment, because it's like everything changes. I know I still want her to be my friend. In fact, I love her being my friend. I still have times when I find her difficult, but I'm questioning now. What is it in me that believes about her before I even answered her text? She was doomed before I answered it. Yeah.
Am I not seeing that as beautiful? And what are the thoughts? What am I afraid of? That's what I always see. What's the disturbance here? And that there was one, and you didn't make it. It just is the way it was seen, and that's what appeared. Boom.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for
Really
sharing that.
Oh, yes. Good to be here with you.
Yeah, thank you. Anyone else? What do you notice? What have you not seen as beautiful? Something as simple as that, a text. How amazing. Just watching and looking at the world, taking it in. Or something that feels far more serious, not to say that didn't feel serious in the moment. You notice that the feelings are there, whatever's happening. And you can see if there's, just a thought, a one-liner, judge your neighbor. Love it when you spend the time. Such a welcome to have the whole situation and really see it all and push pause on that moment and catch all the things the mind is talking about, different ways of approaching that moment, different questions. What do I actually want here? How do I want them to change? What should they be doing? What do I need? I love the questions, those judge your neighbor questions. You can dig into, how is it that I'm not seeing this as beautiful, and what's the problem? Yeah, Christopher.
So I'm totally scared. I've never done this before. I've been here once before.
Welcome.
I have been, I got divorced 2.5 years ago. And I have been sort of obsessed with the idea that I need a replacement. In other words, that I need a relationship. And so I had a relationship that was wonderful in a lot of ways. It lasted for 4 months, and I broke up with her about 5 weeks ago because she knew that she was moving out of the area in a year, and she was resolved about this. And so I couldn't see continuing a relationship that I knew had an expiration date. But I'm obsessed with the idea that I need a partner to be happy. And I've looked at her Byron Katie's books and done some work on this. But anyway, the thought still troubles me, and I'm on dating sites all the time, and so it's this idea that, like, I'm not okay as things are.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So anyway, it's embarrassing even to like, because I'm a bright guy. I know that life is not a single relationship. I know that the meaning of life is not a girlfriend. Like I know all this stuff intellectually. I'm not stupid. And yet my life feels empty. I have 2 grown children who are wonderful. I have a wonderful extended family who live in the Northeast. I live in the South. So I have a lot of things. I have a job I love, etc. And yet
Yeah.
my life feels empty, or at least I imagine that it is without this. So
I
anyway,
love, yeah. Thank you for sharing that. That's a true welcoming. It's like, here it is, even if the mind is talking about how, I'm not stupid. I don't know. I know my life is okay. It sees that too. And still this something or other that comes out from behind. I think of that as a true welcoming, like without listening to all the attack voices, get it together. You shouldn't feel this.
right.
What's wrong with you? It's still there anyway. And I spent a lot of time hiding the difficulty, the way I was seeing it. So this is good. Are you willing to start off the work today? Because I think this is a very beautiful.
Sure, let's go for it.
Okay, let's go for it. So thank you. And thanks for being so brave. It's not easy. So everybody find where you've got something that is like, I need something in order to be happy. There's a missing thing here in the way my life is, and I need it in order to be happy. I have a picture in my head, and in this case, Christopher, it's this relationship. I'd be happy if I had that. Just let yourself land on something. Sometimes when the mind gets started, it's got all kinds of things that it would like. Just see what rises to the top. Yeah, Michelle's saying, great topic. Christopher, resonates. Yeah, very common human experience. I need for my life to be really happy. And it might even be something where you think, I don't really need that. I'm okay without that. But let's stay with the need. Let's stay with the thing that's playing its song there. So anyone else want to share your one-liner? What do you need in order to be happy? What's something that appears in your mind, or just feel that you feel, I need that? There I am without it. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Yeah, Thea. Make sure you're unmuted. Oh, we can't quite hear you yet, my dear. There you are. Oops.
There we go. I need to know that I will have enough.
And what are you thinking of specifically?
Well, this morning it's money. Just
Money's
fill
a
in
good
blank.
one. Yes. Yes. There's this potential for not having enough. I might not have enough later. I need money. Such a good one. Done the work on that myself. Who else? Who else can relate to the relationship one? So relationship, money. I need the house to be cleaned. I need to be less serious, says Ellen. Yeah. Thoughts directed at yourself. Okay to have that, and just noticing, watching that. my serious perspective of what I'm seeing and how I am moving about in the world. Michelle, I need a life partner. I need a life partner. Okay, anyone find a different thing they feel like sharing? Here's what I need. Sometimes just that aspect of sharing it without shame or hiding or anything. So beautiful. Yeah, Anjali. Hello, my dear.
Okay, there we go. It's been a minute. I haven't seen you in quite a
I
while.
know. Good to see you.
Yeah, same here.
Oh.
So I need to be passionate about something.
I need a passionate activity or just anything like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I need something to bring passion into my life. Yes. Awesome. Good one. Okay. And I need to weigh a certain amount. I need to weigh 200 pounds, says Gary. Mary, my husband to want less from me. I need less of that over there. That's great because you see this picture. I need to be in that other place that I'm not here now. Helpful. So you can see the current state is I need that to come into my life, or I need that to go away. I need another state to be happening, like not this. I don't like this current situation. Oh, Aaron, that's good. I need friends that accept me. Powerful, because you see those friends not accepting you. Where's my proof that they aren't? That's not happening. There it is. Okay. So everybody, use this, see your own situation, let it be in there, and we can all share. It's one thing that's kind of fun about the Zoom situation and being able to chat into the chat box or even just share out loud your answers. But we'll start off with Christopher. All right. So there you are in your situation that looks like there's an absence of a relationship and you need a relationship. Okay. So just your honest answer, no right or wrong. Is it true for you to be really happy, have that quality come into your life? You need a relationship.
It feels true.
I love that we get 2 questions on that one. Boy, it really seems true, feels true. Can you absolutely know it? And this can be a yes or a no.
No.
How'd you find that no there?
Because I've had times in my life where I was not partnered and I was very happy and optimistic and excited about possibility instead of about having.
Okay, that's sweet. You actually have proof, like it comes in.
Yeah.
Okay.
It hasn't been that often in my life, but it's happened.
Yeah. So I love that. That second question, can you absolutely know, like with no shadow of a doubt? Well, no. Even if I have one example, I can't, there's an exception. So what happens when you think it, when you think I need a relationship and here you are not having one? Doesn't look like you're in one.
It's always the easy one. I can tell you how that feels.
Yeah.
I feel incomplete. I feel that I must be doing something wrong. I feel unlovable. I'm looking at like Bumble and seeing all these women who obviously have these amazing lives and are so damn happy, and all they're missing is just that one little thing. And it's like, well, yeah, why can't I be like that? Like, if I could just treat dating like play instead of like some kind of life or death search, to be honest, and then I would be better. And so, yeah, it makes me feel small and unwanted and undesirable, because I don't have somebody that desires me at the moment. And so it makes me feel like I am wasting time, that life is going by me, and other people are getting to live it, and I'm not getting to live mine in a way, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
Amazing to see, you know, I mean, I bet you everyone can relate. I can find it too, like that it becomes so just a moment of not being in this relationship or having this thing missing, and it becomes about like, I'm wasting my whole life.
Yes.
I mean, just very,
Nothing else seems to matter as much, which again, intellectually I know is absurd.
yeah.
And even in a way immoral, and yet it's how it feels.
Yes, yes. And that's what this is for. So it's, you know, beautiful. Okay. And how do you treat yourself? So you see what those other people are doing, you get different ideas about, wow, they're just so light and they're just happy. It's just a little thing. But how do you treat yourself as you feel like the emptiness of this?
It's kind of what you were saying. I feel like an idiot,
Mm.
and foolish. I feel like I'm not valuing things like my daughters, who are wonderful but grown and independent, and so, you know, I value them, and I know that they need me, but they certainly don't need me on a daily basis anymore or anything like that. So anyway, yeah, I tell myself I'm an idiot, I'm stupid, I should be doing more things with, I've never been a joiner of clubs and stuff like that. I should be going out and meeting people and doing things and filling my life in other ways. And I'm not, and therefore I'm a loser. And, you know, I'm an English professor, and mostly I read and write a lot, and reading and writing is not a life, I tell myself, and there should be more, and I should be this outgoing person that I'm not, and be somebody different than I am. And so, yeah, I tend to be unkind to myself when I'm having those feelings, which is a lot of these days.
Yeah. Wow. I so appreciate the honesty. You see the level of, you know, kind of aggression that can come out. You know,
Yeah.
yeah. Just notice, it's like it's so powerful to notice how the mind can turn to violence, you almost say, a violent kind of attitude. Aggression will make something happen. That'll make something change. That'll do it. War
Mhm.
towards the self.
But joining clubs and doing things like that are not really things that I want to do.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So then I beat myself up because those are not things I really want to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been happiest in life when I just had a partner that liked doing a lot of things with me. And then when I have that, I can spend a lot of time alone and be fine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah.
Yeah. So good to see. For this one and this personality, it doesn't work, and I should do things I don't even want to do. That's what I need to do. I have to do stuff I don't want to do to get to this other
Exactly.
happier place.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Well said. Okay. So from others, your own situation, if you want to share, it can be so beautiful. What happens when you're thinking, I need that? It might be the same as Christopher, a relationship, but if it's money, the house to be cleaned, that person to pick up their mess, my boss to do it a different way. I need that to be happy. The weight to be a different weight, my body to be different. What happens when you think that's what I need and I don't have it?
I put my life on hold.
Ah, wow. Yeah, Thea saying, I think I'm flawed. Similar, that I have the flaws here. Irreparably. I'm irreparably flawed.
When I want people to be reliable and they're not, I want to control. I see to either quit or I want to control what's happening.
That's a good one. Like the aggression might be on yourself and it's in there,
Yeah.
but it's also out there.
Yeah.
Come on, let's get with the program to these others.
Yeah. Try to find a way to let them know it's not okay.
Yes.
In a peaceful way. It's not peaceful.
Yes. Yes.
Like in a diplomatic way or with discernment. And well, and inside I'm just like, oh, people are such flakes. They're not reliable. So
Really good. Yeah.
attack them and then even myself and just give up sometimes. Yeah. On certain things.
Yeah. Good also to see. Attack, collapse. Yeah. Yeah, Anjali.
I with the thought I need to be happy about something. I need to be passionate about something in order to be happy. When I think that, I get scared, self-judgmental, very critical, and then I do the opposite. I get needy and angry and isolate and numb myself. So I actually do the opposite of what would ever create passion in my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing to see. How do I react when I think I need this passionate feeling, this passion about something out there? I get less passionate. I get numb. Yeah. Start to not want to do it at all. Yeah. Upset, tight. Yeah, Mary, I feel separate from myself and the other person and the moment. I have a stomach ache. And Aaron, I need friends, I think was yours. I become very careful and edit around people I interact with. In the work and the place I live, I hold lots of evidence to continue with this action. Isn't that one a good one to see? Yeah. I say, yep, see, it was really good that you didn't, whatever, be different than you are, or just that you keep keep it quiet. Not let anyone know that you need this, not show that you need it. Safer, I have proof. People got upset when I said I needed it. Okay. Just noticing the stress and the tension. I need it that other way. And all the images that come for how you think it would look to get that other way, and that it's stressful. I need to force myself to like things that I don't like and do stuff that I don't want to do, or make these other people do something they don't seem happy with. Okay. So just open. It feels like a no-win situation, hard. So we'll come back to you, Christopher. Okay, who would you be without the story? I need a relationship in order to be happy. If you just were able to drop the thought And it's okay if you're not dropping it. It's just using the imagination to watch. There you are in your life. Doesn't look like you're, in a committed relationship. Who would you be without the thought, I need one? It's missing.
Yeah, this is always the hardest damn question.
Yes.
The other one's easy. I can tell you how to feel like shitty.
Right.
So, as Katie says, peel off the Velcro or whatever.
Yeah.
Thought that seems so true. And I like that you said you don't have to actually drop the thought. You can
Yeah.
imagine yourself about the thought. So
Yeah.
it would feel lighter. I would just be myself. I would just be a person who would not be, let's say, telling himself he wasn't having a life because I'm an English professor and the semester is about over. So where everybody else is like, hooray, it's summer, I'm dreading the summer because it's, I have literally OCD. So I'm not compulsive like hand washing, but I'm obsessive. And so it gives me more time to obsess and less, so I don't have structure. And I'm not a person who does well without structure. So when classes go away for the summer, I have a lot of time to sit around and think. And so what it would feel like to drop that thought would be, it would include probably dropping some other thoughts. In other words, if I were to drop the thought that I need a relationship, I might also be dropping thoughts about things I should be doing during the day, being more outgoing, being more extroverted, etc. And I would just be doing the things that I like to do without beating myself up about my preferences or that my life is too limited, etc. That I'm not adventurous enough, that I'm not X, Y, or Z. And I
Kind of what I like about what you're saying is sort of noticing this very active mind that talks about, comments about what you're doing to yourself. It's like walking around with somebody who's saying, hey, constantly talking.
right.
You might have that companion and you don't need to believe what it's saying. Like if you really didn't have the thought, something's missing here, I need it. You just be with yourself. You notice what you like to do. I mean, it's fun to notice, oh, I like doing this, I'm not as interested in that,
Right.
just being myself.
Yeah, I would just be myself more. When I am at gatherings, I would not be so self-conscious about the fact that I'm there alone. I would just be there. So instead of thinking that I'm in some way, it's the way I've always described it. It's like I'm limping into the party because I don't have a partner. Right? There's something, I'm damaged in some way, or I don't feel totally okay or whole or whatever. I feel like people can look at me and say, oh, there's single guy.
Yeah. Wouldn't have all those labels and
right.
all those things just swarming around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it would be to live without that feeling, would just be like, no, I'm just okay. If I didn't have the thought, if I didn't believe the thought, I would just be like, I'd be all right.
Wonderful. I mean, nice to notice. It's the thought.
Yes.
Not the actual situation of being with or without.
Right.
So seems so simple, but so amazing, really.
Right. When I feel in moments of my life when I've been single and felt optimistic and happy, singleness feels like potential instead of like a lack.
Beautiful.
It's like a lack instead of like potential.
Yeah. Wonderful. It's almost like rolling into the turnarounds here. Well, we'll go in a sec. Let's see if anyone else notices. I mean, can you find it? Just allowing the thought to be put down a moment. If you didn't believe I need that in order to be happy. That's required for happiness. No. Just what if that's not the case? Who would you be? And Anne says, yes, it feels like freedom when it's not a problem. Wow. Yeah. Without the thought, imagine, like using that amazing and incredible imagination to wonder about that.
I would enjoy now more.
Nice.
Yeah.
What would that feel like? Just sitting in your body in this moment in your room with the red wall?
Peaceful, happy,
Mm.
in love with myself.
Ah,
Yeah.
so sweet. Yeah. Thank you. And Anne's sharing, when I talk to my friends and relationships, sometimes I feel very lucky to be able to spend my time and energy as I choose. So this is good. I mean, just notice, could there be a benefit for you not having that thing right now? Is there something that you like about where you are, even if this apparent thing is missing? And you could even turn it around to see it's not actually missing. But just notice that. Like happiness is not missing. This is not required for happiness. How would I know? Can I let my mind turn a little bit of a different direction instead of gathering proof about how, wow, if I had that, I'm just sure it would be better. What's okay right now, even if it feels, I don't know, small.
You know, when I don't believe the thought I need people to be reliable, I just move on. It's so simple.
Ah,
Yeah, there's other buyers. There's, you know, I'm not locked into that one person, and just because they didn't show up, there's always other buyers. Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, it's easy. It's so easy.
Yeah.
Just move on. No stress.
Don't you love it? So great.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very open. Oh, this is what happens next. Not that one. That's maybe this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a movement, a flow that goes on.
Yeah, and I have proof of that too.
Nice to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I love when Katie asks, you know, the simple, are you okay right now? Because such a huge thing gets built about, doesn't mean you're going to completely drop a movement towards that interesting thing that you might like. But are you okay right now? Totally. I can breathe. I have a place to sit.
Yeah, and I also noticed the contrast between people who are reliable and unreliable, and my preferences too. And just noticing my reliability within myself. Yeah, it just really opens everything up to what I prefer in life too, and even just how I operate. Yeah.
So
And even
great.
just somebody not being reliable shows me, like, I ask the question, am I reliable always? So
I love it.
Mhm.
which is a beautiful turnaround to the self. You know, I need a relationship with myself in order to be
Yeah.
happy. I need a loving relationship with myself, a companion here. I need this reliability here. And it's possible. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. And Sarah is sharing, I would feel more loving and vulnerable and free to be me in the moment. And Aaron, I just noticed that careful editing is another form of restriction. I would know I'm okay in this moment. Yeah. That carefulness can sometimes be so, walking around on alert. Freedom, freedom, freedom. So wonderful, exciting, and peaceful. And Sanla, I feel empowered when I choose not to believe a hurtful thought. Choosing not to believe it means I'm choosing my true self, my very okay true self. Yeah, sweet. And I can relate to the enjoyment of reliability. It's so much more relaxing. Seeing that discernment is important. Spent a couple of hours with an ex who is now a friend. It was okay, but also exhausting. I'm glad it doesn't happen often. Refining what I enjoy and mostly loving the peace and quiet of my own time. Oh, it's so precious. Yeah. Nothing more required. And how so? You know, really seeing that. I'm okay with the way it is. And even the way it is could be the best thing in this moment. To be able to be with that and actually find examples. Amazing. You know, I love this moment without winning the lottery. You know, I love this moment without that relationship from the outside. I love this moment without the house being cleaned. And even if it's not the word love, just noticing, am I okay? Am I okay without my weight being the weight that I want it to be at? Yeah, just amazing. Could there be a benefit for it being the way it is in the moment? Doesn't mean it's going to stay that way forever. Everything changes. Sarah, noticing a self-righteous sense that I am right and they are wrong. A pattern that I can see now more clearly. Yeah. Sometimes we even get really right about how bad we are. Like, I'm really in a terrible situation. I'm just going to show you and show you and show you like that this is how I am. And it's okay, but it's just the mind, not really who you are. So I need to have a loving relationship with myself, with my thinking. And if you had kind of a person that really said everything on their mind, it's the mind itself, talking all the time, some pretty crazy stuff, some pretty absurd, mean sounding things, but you knew they were just well intended in the end. Yeah, what would it be like? And could it be that without this thing, I'm actually in the moment? better off somehow, or this is just right for right now. I love this pondering. How is it more likely that I will move towards that thing that sounds good to me? If I feel comfortable right now, content with the way it is, or angry with how it is right now.
One of the things that comes up for me is my most recent relationship, and I was really in love with her, but I broke it off because she had decided that she was going to leave in a year and that she just didn't want a partnership for another 5 or 10 years in her life, which is, I realized she wanted to keep dating. She wanted to keep seeing me. She thought I shouldn't break it off so soon. But I put myself in this position. In other words, I'm the one who decided that was not what I wanted. And so I'm the one who put myself in this position so that I could find what I wanted. In other words, to bring about what I would like to find, since that I knew was not it. And so when I think about, what's good about being where I'm at, well, now I have the opportunity to find what I really do want, which is somebody who is in a different place in their life and willing to commit.
Wow.
So
Sounds like a very loving relationship with yourself.
sense, yeah.
Yeah. It's really quite sweet, it's like, yeah. This movement with how I am is loving. It's taking care of me. Yeah. Connecting with me and what I really want. Yeah, Anne said, my hands are full with the relationship with my mind. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this relationship with my mind and this empty space, we're calling empty, but just that many of us call that absence, where the thing that we're dreaming about is absent. And to see the way the mind talks about that as being sad or disappointing or, boring or off or wrong, but could I question that empty place?
One thing I've been really struggling against, and I think it was Christine who mentioned about there will always be other buyers. And I don't like to think of myself as for sale, but but it's not really true that I've had any lack of dates or interest over time, etc. In other words, there will be, the I know mind tends to, I'm always seeing the future and I know what the future is, and it's bleak and it's really frustrating when, of course, I don't know what's going to happen this afternoon. I can't tell you
Right.
what happened this week, right? I mean, I've been surprised. The woman I fell in love with last November, it was a person I met on Bumble, and I wasn't even really looking forward to meeting her. I was like, yeah, okay, another mediocre date, and I was wrong, right? I mean, we're my crystal ball, I'd like to remind myself, sucks. It's like this cheap shit from Walmart. So anyway, I really hate the way that my mind imports misery by looking to the future, to a future that isn't happening and that hasn't happened and that might not probably won't, it won't go the way that I think whatever it happens,
Yeah.
it won't be the way I think it's going to happen, because nothing has ever gone the way I thought it was going to happen.
Quite a phenomenal thing to recognize. Yeah, it never goes the way I think it's going to go. How could it? I couldn't get all those details right with just this little mind running. Yeah. Sarah, starting to see how I put me in a corner, just beginning to be willing to question, is feeling like turning around and seeing this behavior. Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
I like that. I feel like I do. I corner myself. That's exactly what I do.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's, thinking. It's just thinking that does that, Like, yeah. So that thing that I'm seeking, that I think isn't here, it wants me. Could that be true? Could that be a turnaround? It's waiting for me, wondering where I am. It wants me to move towards it. Money, a relationship, a balanced weight or health. With joy, with happiness. Like, doesn't mean, oh, let's bring in the army. It's gonna force myself to get there. But maybe that quality or place or relationship or money or friends would really like to be connected to me, who I am. The full me, genuine. And you just see how that fits for yourself. Yeah, Anjali.
Well, as I'm doing this, I got passionate needs me, which is interesting.
Uh-huh.
Don't entirely know what that means at this point. And of course, came down to I need to be, I need to be passionate about me, right?
Yeah.
Like duh.
Mhm.
And then I looked at it and realized I am passionate about me.
Ooh.
The journeying I do with Katie and the other things I do are this kind of work is pretty ferocious and it takes a lot of courage.
Mm.
And you know being willing to even look at giving up one's story is a rare thing in this world, and for all of us,
Wow.
it's
Mhm.
we're a pretty gutsy group of people here.
Uh-huh.
And that's part of what passion is. We have more flexible minds, even to know that there is the possibility of seeing another reality besides the story we tell ourselves. And
Beautiful.
it's like, hey, I came out of this going, hey, I kick ass.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. If I don't need sort of like whatever passionate would look like coming out of something else, it's
Yeah.
right here. This thing, I can feel passionate about the lamp and the windows and being able to see something a different way. Yeah. How amazing is that? Just feel and see things differently in a moment. Aaron, I need to be friends with my mind, body, and heart. Allow and live in freedom in this moment. Yeah. Best way I know to do it is like this work. Inquiry. Open to the questions, open to questioning, not being so certain what we think is true is true. Open, still here. So, yeah, Sarah.
I'm noticing a pattern that I have around being with close friends, that I really want them to do the work. And
Mm,
I'm feeling right now, like how wrong that is. How it makes me self-righteous and treat them less than who they are in the moment. And it's just an interesting thing to discover how my passion is right now with Byron Katie work, and how important that is to me. And how destructive it can be in trying to push it on other people.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's a biggie for me right now, because I'm seeing it. I'm seeing that urge. But if they just could do the work, they would see it.
Yeah.
That passion, that urge, that like, I need them to do this. I will feel safer in the world. I will feel like the world will get saved if more people do this. So you got to do this. I can feel the energy just like so negative.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
how could that be? How could that be? Like how could I feel negative around that kind of energy? And yet it's true. It's true.
I mean, I love seeing that, in oneself. It's like looking, and you can even take anything that you love, like the work and meditation and anything, and just kind of, you do it,
Right.
and I'll feel better, which is like, I like beautiful awareness, I'll feel safer if you do it. I'll feel safer if I do it.
Right.
I'm so okay without the absence of this thing. It looks like it's absent, that somebody's doing the work. There they are, believing they're thinking.
Right.
So compelling. If only they stopped believing they're thinking, I'd feel better.
Right.
Yeah. Who would I be without the thought?
Yeah.
I might be much freer than I ever realized. It's not not giving up, losing. It's not a loss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that.
Mm.
And yeah, Christine.
Yeah, thank you for this turnaround. Could it be that reliability is waiting for me to just move on and to not blame myself in any way, which I do a lot. For I could have done things differently. I could have this, could have that, when it's not even about me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to just move on, it's so much easier.
Yeah.
With no story or no self-attack.
Yeah. So simple. It's like you just do the next. Oh, now the next. Just simple.
And just leave myself alone. Yeah. Just stop with be reliable and just move on.
Yeah.
There'll always be other people. Yeah.
How light and wonderful is that?
Thank you so much for this turnaround.
Oh my gosh. You're very welcome. Feel beautiful, everybody, and thank you. And I'll just reread the quote we opened with. And thank you, Christopher, for kicking it off today. Really powerful thought. So again, Katie sharing and loving what is. For me, clarity is a word for beauty. It's what I am. When I'm clear, I see only beauty. Nothing else is possible. I am mind, perceiving my thoughts, and everything unfolds from that as if it were a new solar system, pouring itself out in its delight. If I'm not clear, then I'm going to project all my craziness out into the world as the world. And I'll perceive a crazy world and think that it is the problem. And I'll add, or myself, right? We've been working on the projected image for thousands of years and not on the projector. That's why life seems to be chaotic. It's chaos, telling chaos how to live differently, and never noticing that it has always lived that way and that we've been going about it backward. absolutely backward. So you don't drop your thoughts of chaos and suffering out there in the apparent world. You can't drop them because you didn't make them in the first place. But when you meet your thoughts with understanding, the world changes. It has to change because the projector of the entire world is you. You're it. Awesome. Thank you all. Enjoy yourselves. See you next time.
Thank you, Grace. Thank you,
Yeah.
Christopher.
Yeah. Lots of love, everyone. Thank you so
Thank you so
much.
Thank you, Christopher.
Most welcome.
Thank you, Christopher. That was a beautiful opening. Wow. Got a
Yeah.
lot out of that.
Yeah.
Super helpful.
Yeah. So good.
Oh, powerful. Woo! I get shivers.
Woohoo! Off into the next minute with a
Yeah.
little more joy.
Joy.